I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go straight into the game. Apparently, Siege doesn't take too well to trying to run your PC and the stream at the same time without it tweaking out, but other than that, we are going to be straight in. We will take a look at the map bans after this round because we are going to be running on a schedule. I do apologize for any of the tech difficulties. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am Sino. I'm going to be your cast, your host, and I have to rap through this to get it done, but we are in for a good game, and I hope you guys will enjoy this master of a production because it can't be possible without you guys. First pick of the round does go out in the favor of Mincoat. I just have to get this stream back up. We should be all good. We're going to be in here for a good game. Getting very aggressive already. The stock hatch will remain soft, meaning very easy control, and it will be nice and easy to be able to take the control. We didn't see any of that crazy game strat we saw yesterday where they would reinforce off and play with an Azami in the stock room. Seeing 3 essential roamers here. Keep down main nice and lock down. The rest are going to be focused onto site, and the diffuser is loose for some reason in lounge. Valkyrie does have her cameras probably loose around the upstairs looking for an essential pick, and right now most of the hatches have been open. God damn, how much siege promo do these guys need? Aggression here being met by Mincoat. Might be able to get a pick here if the Habana is too unaware to keep up her surroundings. This is exactly what we talk about, but a little bit of whiffy aim does not work. The speed of the Habana just too quick to be able to get a frag off and narrowly escapes death. Quick refrag here. Alert gets taken up by Mink out the deep freezer. Another gunfight here from top main, but wobbing from behind. Main stairs and the main window will lead to the death or the DBNO for Bilo. He will be down very soon to be out. And now the attackers are going to have a somewhat advantage, and Habana almost falling to a goo mine. And as of right now, they're not in a horrible position. They have their utility needed from Grim. Habana has her flash and it's very easy to get a plank going here, and it's all about time. A minute left, it's plenty of time, and it's amazing for the attacker because they're right on schedule. Flank here from the Mira is going to get them 1 to even out the score line, and that is beautiful. That is the aggression you need. Mira almost off guard and caught by the Twitch on the verticality, but just getting past right in time to be able to get back to site and seek asylum from it. But while we wait for that, they're going to get aggressive, and here, who is going to try to match that aggression by trying to deny the plan? Habana's already one tap. She can fall to any bullet, and that any bullet will be landed by IT. He'll get Capone off the board. Twitch running across. Alert has the case here, but seeking coverage behind this Scopos drone is going to mean a very easy amount of damage being dealt to the Twitch, and now it's a 1v2. She has the case in hand, but what can she do? 15 seconds left as the clock is narrowly running down, and there's nothing to do but just stick it here. Right now, just trying to get it done, but she knows there's no way in hell you can get that plant down, especially with 2 circling defenders. We'll get 1. Can she get the second? Valkyrie narrowly ends out that round, and that's the first in the favor of Miami Heat. I'm going to keep calling them Miami Heat. There's a Mincoat Miami, and they have the logo of the Miami Heat. It's going to be a little concerning for me, but we'll get it done. First round, very shaky for both teams here, but it's just getting their footing done. And that's exactly what you need to be able to get yourselves on the board. Takes us to the next round. That's Gym Bedroom, and we've been seeing a lot of Azami and Mira link-ups lately. A little concerning how we've been prioritizing the Vigil ban over the Tobaro and the Kaid, and that's something we've been seeing. We don't really know why or why it's going to happen for the rounds, but it's been seen alongside with Blackbeard and Dokkaebi. Those are very common bans, but that essentially allows anybody to allow themselves to just get really aggressive with the operators that aren't banned, allowing yourself to have the Azami, to have the Mira, to have those operators that really lock down site and give the attackers, or the defenders in this case, an advantage. It's all about who you ban and how you make it your round, your map, and your game. Classic setup will allow the shield to go down on red, and the site setup is not looking too hot right now, but they still have plenty of time before the attackers get close to the building. Breach does get opened very easy. Some proactive action by a run out. A little bit of a lag by Alert Up will lead to his demise, but an instant refrag by Jameson will allow to get himself the refrag, and that's a 4v4. A very aggressive game. I might say this might be more aggressive than yesterday. Shield going down very easily, and that's the consequences of not having a mute, allowing a very easy engagement here of a flash just to be tossed in. All that is needed now is just to burn off that barbed wire. Azami goes down as the reinforcement, as the replacement for that shield, but it won't do the same job. Ash fully up rafters and might have a link up here between her and the Flores to be able to get that next pick. Free fire, what a shot here by Poem to get a kill. Wow, crosshair placement is just amazing. He'll get one. Stuck in the corner, Azami trying to get aggressive, but aggression is just met by your demise. And now a 4v2, just maybe not the best of situations to be with here. And Echo trying to get Jiggle and get a kill here. It's Twinkle Toes for him. He'll land a bullet, won't be enough to take out Check. And now it's a 4v2. A minute 40 seconds ran down the clock, and the meters are still up, but Ash still has no breach, is my mistake. Only Ace will be the one to be able to take care of this Black Mirror. Waiting to get that C4 lined up while the attackers circle around to logistics as we hear that rappel go through. Two-man pinch is the only option here, but Check makes it a 4v1, meaning Mira will be left all by herself in logistics, and there's not much you can do here. And an instant response coming in here from GOTEI to get them their round, and it's 1-all. Oh, wait for them to get in the next round. I know the stream crashed. So, ladies and gentlemen, today on the board, we will be looking at the 3 amazing maps. Finally, I have a tear to my eye. We're finally going to see Cafe Dostoevsky in the map pool for today. If we do go to Chalet again for the 2nd time in a row, we will be in for a great series. But other than that, this is the first map. Make sure to get your predictions in. I know this game has been anticipated for a while. After yesterday, there is some high expectations as to what's going to happen, but right now, they're sticking up to it. Very aggressive game in the same exact roster here for almost the same teams. Brava being that one operator who is just different from the last is going to be Bra, and from now, we're going to be on the same site, same operators, and we are going to be in for an interesting round. Not reinforcing the CC breach despite losing their bodies very quickly last round. A little concerning, but nonetheless, it's very easy to just get this shield burnt the second they realize there's nothing protecting it yet again. Goyo also being a little different now. Can provide it. We didn't see many of the Vulcans really get detonated, but Ash, again, being the man, well, a woman in this case, to take control of Garage, and Thermite will be the person assisting to add that pressure. Brava, quick sprint in will allow even more pressure onto construction, and now they're very good at authoritating themselves in the building and what to get done. They have control of the default cam, they know what they want to do, and now it's just 2 essential bodies hooked up to getting aggressive and getting rid of that cash control. If you can take care of these bodies, it will be over, but you just have too much teamwork to deal with. A beautiful recovery here from Minko. Link up between Zoli as well will just lead to the absolute carnage in CC. And now it'll be checked by himself to try to look for a pick here, but now the Goyo wrapping around is going to allow a double pinch onto this Jacuzzi breach, not allowing any easy angles to just walk in. The assumed passive controls is just going to allow the Heat to reset, wait, and relax. A perfect acceptance of the pressure coming in from GOTEI was beautiful to get them their bodies, and that was 3 in a matter of seconds. It's just carnage at every single side of the map, and it's very quick as well. There's so much time left to burn, and now it's just all about who can get the next pick. Stuck in the corner, doesn't seem to know, and still manages to lose the gunfight. Quick reaction by IT will get him a kill and check here. Only left to just bait, wait, and get a kill or 2 before he will pass. quick scan of them, just relaxing, waiting, getting things done, is to wait to accept it. Check will get himself on for one. Can he find the second? Bandit's gonna get aggressive again. It's all about patience is a virtue here. Using the Selma charge to cover sound, a little interesting in my opinion, but I mean, whatever works for you. 20 seconds left and you don't even have access to the building yet. It's going to be a little challenging, but all you're doing here is just looking for the kills. Looking as main stairs is going to be the only focal points allowed to get into the building. There's going to be 2 defenders concentrated on this engagement, and right now it'll be Mink to be the victor. They'll take us to the basement next. We're going to be in for an interesting round. Its map has just been straight aggression met with aggression for the last couple of rounds here. They take us downstairs, the same exact roster. Scopos being integrated makes a lot of sense. A very aggressive operator, knows exactly how to get around the map, get that pressure needed, and it's exactly why she's been integrated a lot more than people would expect when they need that surprise operator. Right now, the site setups are very, very clear on what they're doing. They're doing the defaults, but right now, the classic prediction is how they've had this wall reinforced from this side, a Mira on it, and facing into Church. Now, only the pros do it, and only the highest level of execution can allow them to do it without getting those Miras in preliminary the first 5 rounds. So, right now, they know how to play the map. They know it's nothing too complicated. They're not going to overcomplicate it for themselves, but Jameson getting really aggressive here might make things a little harder for the unsuspecting defenders just relaxing in the site. The drone here just getting all the intel needed. Not a single defender is the wiser. 1 person is in the B site, and it is the Mira, and 2 are in general in sight. Striker might have the play here. Mira on a cam, and this Striker has the opportunity of a lifetime, but will miss it narrowly as the Mira hops off the cam and will decide to be a little bit more oblivious. Hatch is getting open. We're seeing no essential pressure from Blue, but the drones are going to come in to allow them to start to begin to get that control onto Blue. And currently, it's just about what the Striker can do to get control. Striker playing patient. Scopos now in strip, and nobody has droned her out. Seemingly, Blue is going to be the push here, but Scopos has a very good flank in her hands. If she's able to execute it before all of her teammates are dead, they're already looking for the utility. They're already getting the hatches. It doesn't matter if you haven't gotten the first body. You're starting to get starved for all the utility needed as 1 will walk in the site. Tori will get the first. Mink will get the second on the refrag. Instantly trying to walk in. Will get popped. The second now. The pressure is going to come in from the hatch. Havana almost getting screwed over by her own teammate. Might go against her. And now it'll be a 3v4 as it's just carnage again, but this time for the Heat as they're starting to win their gunfights. The Blue control is met by a headshot from Czech, allowing him to go back up and receive, and he's waiting for the secret flank. Right now, it's just inching in closer and closer for the gunfight. Ash swinging the corner, just waiting, finally realizing, but it might be too late as she has the more powerful gun at range, but you'll still manage to lose that gunfight. An instant refrag from Poem will make it a 2v2, and now it all boils down as it's starting to get quieter. It's a 2v2. All you gotta do is relax, wait, drone, get your bodies through. There's no Grim on the board, even though he's unbanned, but there is a lot of progress needed to be done. Habana does need to be careful because of the health lost, and now even more careful that your teammates gotten picked up, but it doesn't matter. The Fenrir just has too much pressure coming in and will get rid of 2 of you, and that's the next round going to the Heat, and they've seemingly found their footing and just allowed themselves to completely reap GOTEI's pushes. They take us to CC, one of the most hated maps in the game. And honestly, not a big surprise, or not in the game, on this map specifically. The only map site that gets worse than this is Bar Stage. But when you bring the right operators, such as the Castle Lounge strat, and you see the cooperation coming in, then you know you're in for a good time. No Azami here. Instead, they're going to bring the Dock alongside the Smoke, which are the two outliers. Castle being brought for below, not a big surprise, and allows the Bandit to comfortably Bandit trick without having to deal with any vertical pressure. But Maverick is going to be a main pain to deal with that he is not banned, allowing Bandit tricking to be infinitesimally harder because a repel and a prone peek is very inevitable. Spawn peek will land some damage onto Jameson. Oh my god, they are really promoting Siege X, and watch it be worse than the game is right now. Please play C4, waiting for the Maverick is the question. Can the drone find the C4 before he'll find out the tough way? And that, of course, means the C4 to your dome. Shooting the C4, that is coordination. And Zoli almost had that kill, but the quick coordination is going to be the end. First pick will come in from Garage onto the Garage door. What are you doing contesting that? It's not an easy man's game to win that kind of fight, and as it shows, the breach will be open, but they're still down a body, and they still have lounge control, but now infinitely tied up as the Aces gets himself into the building. Quick refrag coming in here from Alert. One is downed, but shooting the man off the breach. You still have 3 of your Toxic Babes to get your finishes, and that's a beautiful receive of the pressure coming in. And what just happened? The attackers really had it on end, but you didn't really expect that to go down. A 1v2, almost a 1v1. The R4C, such a broken gun, but not in this case, as Castle's crosshair placement means nothing if it's directly on your face, deleting you from existence and ultimately from the round, giving it to the Heat. It's 4-1, and we have one more last round before we get into the switch. They'll take us now. Their last defensive round will be right back on Gym Bedroom. They had a hard time holding it first. Now, they won in the second and the third. Hopefully, if they make it a fourth, they'll be running away with a 5-1 lead, and they will have the ability to have a great lead as they'll head on to Cafe. And just Cafe, man, I'm just dreaming thinking about it. It's such a good map. I haven't seen it in a BO3 in the longest time, and I'm so excited to see it. And having a map lead is always very fun when you go onto it. First kill just goes to Mink. It's taking care of the third by why contest the door? You're the main hard breacher. He pays the ultimate price. And is that before he can take care of one of the breaches? And the answer is no, as Zoli makes it a 3v5. Aggression is met with aggression. And that's 2 bodies. So quick. Make that 3. Zoli, what are you doing, boss? You're just ripping them up from within. Take it easy on them as they've lost literally every single player within 40 seconds of the round. Satori knows aggression needs to be met with aggression, but not with that aim. His aim, oh so dreadful, will lead to his demise, and a 1v5 will give us the first flawless round of the game. 5-1, we're 1 round shy away from match point as they've just found their groove and taken the lead and ran with it and sprinted with it, and they're just gleaming with joy as they'll switch on to attack. First round for GOTEI will be the basement. Nixus on the downstairs. Roster looking a little different. We're not going to see the Scopos. The Azami will be integrated, and we are in for an interesting round. Valkyrie is just the operator that always needs to be brought alongside with the Echo. Something surprising, we haven't seen any hatch denial, but that does make sense. You don't see the Kaid as he's banned, and the Tabaro also is going to be a main problem to deal with. But again, if you don't have an electrifier, Tabaro is essentially useless unless you're denying a breach that you have to deal with horizontally. Tried to get lucky 2 rounds in a row, and Bilo will say no sirree, as he'll get the easy quick kill, taking care of Alert. You've lost your dock now. That's no more health for the rest of the round. All the defenders are going to have to deal and cope with this. Very, very sexy Valkyrie cameras is going to allow an abundance of intel. And right now, they've gotten themselves into the building. They've gotten themselves a pick as well. It couldn't get any better for them as Alert really tried to get lucky here. It's crucial to get map control and a first pick. It's like they're in a safe heaven. Not a single man on the roam, but there is a C4 that is waiting to take care of a body. It doesn't connect, and there's another, as you heard, the Velcro being ripped. And a minute 45 left on the clock, and they've gotten map control. They're getting the hatches now, and the C4 has been burned. They've heard another one. The question is, can they find it in time? Oh my god, what's going on here with it? There we go. IQ, just a beautiful operator to bring. I don't think she starved all of the cams, but does it really matter when you've gotten the first pick in the building, about to burn the Mira soon enough because you haven't essentially brought the Jaeger or the OMI? Very heavy control coming in here from Zoli as he just gets aggressive, ripping it up from within. Mink getting a code as well, but Jameson not in fast enough, getting a refrag on Nebula, but maybe not fast enough as the Azami has left in a stalemate as Zoli. The ACOG was just too zoomed in. The plan will go down. The coverage from Dirt isn't there, but it doesn't matter if Bottleway will get the first, almost getting the second. A 1v3 leaves Czech in a situation where he has to deal with the intels from the Mira and the gunfights. Essentially an unwinnable gunfight. You got a pressure from Dirt. You have the pressure from the AKs and the boxes and the planter. Not the best to win, and that is match point to send them to their map one's demise. Are we going to see the greatest comeback of all time like yesterday, or are we going to see this map end out yet again? They send us into the next round. They're right back downstairs. Obviously a comforting spot for them. Valkyrie is not going to be brought in. A little bit of a change for the roster. Apparently seeming to forget he's in a best out of 3 series and he's down 5 rounds, but whatever. Mink is 10-2. He's absolutely running through the players, and they're doing absolutely beautiful. The aggression met by the Heat is always just beautiful, and right now, it's all about who will be able to get the spawn peek. Why are you spawn peeking again, Goyo? Your teammate got deleted the previous round. Almost the reason why you cannot be doing that, but Minko trying to get aggressive, got the first pick, but ultimately receiving a 12 gauge to the face maybe doesn't feel as comforting as he thought it would have been, but he got his job done. Second pick will go in the favor of the defenders. A little bit of a better round as they've taken care of the IQ. A little bit funny. The one who can see gadgets gets blown up by a gadget. all quiet now, nothing to do except for the fact of talk about how the Echo is in garage and not a single person has managed to find the Echo. Oh, you gotta check the corner. There's no way you allow the flank of doom to happen, especially when you're on match point. Seemingly, they've disregarded this pressure. They're going straight for sight. For those of you wondering, this is the Heat's map pick. And now, a little bit of Twinkle Toes here will allow the Mira and the Hibana to get into the final gunfight. Just gets picked off by the Echo. Check, getting himself on the board. Quick flashes. Model just goes straight for the site. Almost wins his gunfight, but a 4v1 will allow themselves to get on the board for maybe one more round and start inching towards closing it and trying to push it towards double digits to be able to force it into OT. But one simple mistake will lead to their demise, but a quick hop up onto the box will lead to the downfall of the last remaining player on the Heat, giving the round to GOTEI, giving them that lifeline. Two 6 is our scoreline, and we will be going to Gym Bedroom as our next site. A little bit of a controversial hold, goes a little bit in both ways, so hopefully they don't struggle. Obvious differentials, you're not seeing that shield play coming in from GOTEI. You're not seeing the Azami as well. Questions that need to be answered by them because you need some of these operators to have the essential control needed. Running the Mira, that is an ultimate destiny to die, ultimately. Once this hatch is open and once that window in construction is opened, this Mira becomes open season, especially if they know about the pixel on the ventilation. Another spawn peek for the, 30th time for both teams combined. An almost spawn peek, and if he held the angle a little bit longer, he would have gotten the kill. Flores also not being able to capitalize really makes you question what the hell is going on here, but 3 castles being used on the windows, not a big surprise, and the 4th will be used on the garage window? The hell? 4th castle does get used on the connector, is one hit, but they don't have a bandit. One hard breacher is going to be on the board. They've decided to reinforce the CC breach, and this is essentially why you do that. We were questioning why GOTEI or why the Heat didn't do that, but that's exactly why. You can just get an easy first pick by getting aggressive onto the highway windows. The first pick goes in the favor, and now they're starting to look a little bit more alive. Double Volcans getting popped out by the Twitch drones, trying to get lucky on the 3rd to get the Mira, but so much utility already burned. You just need to find this one mirror to be able to call it. Sledge, the only answer to get rid of all of these windows at once. No claymores means he's susceptible to any type of run out, but again, unmatched aggression, and it's all about who gets aggressive first, and it's been really going in the favor. It's been a really uneven match. It's been going in the favor of either one player, and again, they either swing or they get ran through from 6-2 to finding every single body. A little bit of a whiff from the mute, and you cannot be losing those gunfights at that range. But the 3rd round, is this the comeback, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe defense is where they thrive because they haven't been able to find any type of leeway into the site for both rounds now. They'll take us to CC and cash room as we're looking at a rush plant or an aggressive plant coming in here from the Heat, and now they're starting to struggle. They had the snowball forming up, and that is a winter reference, yes indeed. They had that progress building up, and essentially they haven't been able to build on it, and they're struggling now. But, you've seen Mink absolutely go crazy when he is given an operator with an ACOG slapped on it. 12 kills next to his name, 3 KD. Not much to do except for say good shots and now hope it ends in regulation. Apparently making a full rotate onto the lounge wall. Again, the same classic setup. There's only really two ways you could hold this site, but now, again, we're not seeing the Lamai or the Jaeger getting integrated. No barbed wire on the stairs as well. Makes you wonder where she put her barbed. And red is the answer for that. Blitz has some very heavy control already, and the sledge on the board is going to add that immense pressure for the defenders. All they have to hope is their warden doesn't fall too fast, because if he does, we're going to be in for a very interesting round. Check gets burned off by below. Mink gets the second again. Perfect execute to get rid of that verticality, and now they've opened themselves up to a very easy play, but the Capitão's blunder of a lack of aggression will allow them to get a pick. And now they found the refrag onto the blitz, and that's exactly what you needed. But the warden fell, and we spoke about how important it was for him to stay up. It's imperative you keep the operator who can see through the flashes, and now it's going to be a rough round as they're down on bodies. Maybe aggression is what they need, but Satori getting burned out from Raptors, loses almost all of his HP, and the drone on him as well. They know exactly what he's doing. Capitão just needs to stay alive as the second breaches are also getting open, and the pressure is just going to be a great deal. But apparently Zoli's just not aiming in. That might be a visual bug, but a 2v4, it seems like they're starting to lose their leeway as Zoli hit fires him through a visual bug. Mute stuck on red stairs, nothing to do here, but pray to God he can get 2 kills, and he'll get 1. Doesn't expect the man to be below, and that is the round confirmed for the Heat. No form of comeback for them, and a beautifully executed map got a little bit shaky, allows them to get themselves on the board, ending out this game and sending us to Cafe next. I can't say I'm not excited because I am jumping with joy to send us to Cafe, but you guys are going to have to join in a couple of minutes. I don't know if we'll do a 5-minute or we'll do a little bit more than 5 minutes, but we will soonly be back. I will see you guys post the break to break down what just happened.
Who left?
Wow, I've never seen such a short break before, but an absolutely beautiful first game will send us to Cafe Dostoevsky. A beautiful match, to say the least. Both teams really fought it out, but again, the Heat is just inevitable on their own map. We get sent to Cafe. We haven't casted Cafe in such a long time, but it is the map that is either hated or loved. You're either going to see a 7-0 or a 6-6, and I'm very, very intrigued to see which is which. The Heat get to start on their own map on defense. An absolute safe haven for them. It cannot go wrong here. And without further ado, I'm going to get my dumbass out your way and let you spectate the bands until we get into the map. Taking care of Grim, you always want those post-plan operators and the ones to help you clear the roamers off the board as fast as possible. That's exactly what we'll see. Mira getting taken care of next. Really not a surprise. Nobody likes Mira on any map. Dreadful to deal with all the time. And our bans are in, and Azami will be taken care of as well, meaning Cigar is going to be a little bit more difficult to hold. It's not going to be impossible, but not having your Mira and your Azami might not be the best of situations, but it doesn't matter. They'll go upstairs regardless. Upstairs is going to be on the board. Bandit's running a shotgun. I don't know if he smoked amphetamines before we started here, but no head holes onto bathroom will mean this will be held very precisely. They have the shield on Warden, and they have them opening the breach soon when they get the head holes done. All about how you can hold Cigar. It's the pinnacle of the site. It's the focal point that you can get control of the site, of bathroom, and anywhere from Ticket as well. You need that protective layer coming in from Cigar. That's why you reinforce that left wall. The setup coming in from the attackers is going to look very default. They need the IQ to find these default cameras. And Cigar wall is going to stay. What is this? They've completely left Cigar up for grabs. Heat getting defense. But right now, they'll be the first to get the pick as they've turned themselves into the attackers. Quick spread out here from the garage wall will allow them to get the first, taking care of the gridlock. That is no more flank watch. Valkyrie playing Overwatch from below, or Underwatch in this situation, has the ability to C4 anybody going for a Cigar take, and now there's 3 bodies. They have the essential to find and the means to find the cameras and to C4, but right now nothing to do but hope to God you get the kills, and it's a 2v5 already. Where is this action happening? A C4 toss that is blundered will allow them to get the first pick, but Zoli tries to get something done, and he will as he'll find a pick. Oryx deleted by Check, giving him the control needed. Warden next on the chopping block, but completely unaware that he's waiting for him, and Zoli, his moves just know what to do, and he'll allow himself to get that kill, and that is the first round in the favor of the Heat. Beautiful first round for them. Again, the aggression needed is exactly what they keep showing us, but a timeout will ring in, and soon enough, they're going to need a lot more than just a timeout, so it's better to call it sooner than later. They're down a map and now down a round on their pick. They have to lock in and expect the unexpected as they're starting to fall short at every single push that is starting to occur from the Heat. Timeout, I hope a lot of things were discussed, especially the fact that they've allowed them to just run in the site. So they've gotten their talks, they've got the jitters talked out. Can they capitalize, or are they going to allow the Heat to keep rolling them over with the amount of momentum they've built? Bakery will be our next hold. The kitchen site, again, very controversial. A lot of teams either love or hate this site. I'm very surprised we haven't seen a first floor hold in the first 2 rounds of this game, but no castle being integrated means an interesting hold. No Azami as well, as she doesn't survive the ban phase. We're going to be in for a round where creativity is going to be needed. Vigil, one of those operators, they have their roam, and it's Zoli. Who else would you expect but Zoli or Mink to get on a roam and get the aggressive first picks? Because that's exactly what you need. Essentially no bakery push. We're going to be in for an interesting round as they're looking to get clear of all the roamers. Vigil not being on the 3rd floor, not susceptible to any of this window play. But now he is gone on the drones. But the question is, have they found this Fenrir just ratting away in the corner? First pick is a wallbang through a wall. Wow, Thermite. Where the hell did that even happen? A double kill, and it's all outside. What the hell just happened? As it's a 5v3, Goyo picked up out of Cigar. I didn't even know he was roaming, allowing the direct pressure onto site as there's 2 bodies. The 3rd completely unknown. Where the hell is the 3rd body? Fenrir forced to come up late, try to get a pick, but on a Jackal track means he's gonna have to deal with the pressure coming in. The pillar camera will locate the buck, but he still loses the gunfight. They had it, and they had it, the pings, they had the opportunity to make something happen, but it's no bueno for them, and they have to find the Kaid Claw, but not before Model will land a C4. That will be the flawless avoided, but now Cade left in small bakery with small dreams and aspirations with little chance of being able to capitalize on them. Rotating into bakery, almost getting that lucky wallbang, but again, the pressure is just too immense as the double team and link up between Alert and the Jackal will allow to get themselves on the map, and that's GOTEI showing why this is their map and their pink. We're finally going to see upstairs action, and now we're going to see some mid-floor action. Castle's definitely needed. They don't have the Mira as that laid-back operator, but guess what? You get to see the site that is so beloved because of its verticality, the amount of different heados and feedos you could place. It's going to be beautiful to see, and I'm really curious to see how GOTEI is going to attack it on their own map. A lot to do here for GOTEI. They have to win their map and essentially take it to Chalet. But as we've seen yesterday, Chalet is where dreams either go to die or where it's going to make magic happen. Verticality is literally the only thing needed to get this site done and dusted. Hatches is not amazing because, you know, not many hatches. You have the supply closet, but guess what? It's not that important to get yourself in the site. The main priority is clearing the defenders of all of the pressure they hold. First, Boogie Drone will be thrown in through, allowing them to get verticality without even needing to get in the building. A little bit botched, but not fully. They'll also manage to burn the castle as well. F not does get activated, as you do here in the background. And now, upstairs has become open season as they've gotten rid of that first protective layer. Control IQ getting aggressive already. Poem. having to deal with Zoli, but you know Zoli's gonna swing you. Hope to God you can hit a wallbang. Alert getting rid of Mink. That's your warden gone. Essentially pressure needed, but verticality again. It can go both ways, and it does. Alert will get his kill. And a C4 pre-placed. Finding the man. You saw his phone. You can floor bang him, but not a quick enough reaction. And where is Zoli? He full rotates around in through bathroom. Gets one. Can he find the second right now? The pre-fire just shot too early. He had the element of surprise, but not the element of the better aim. Satori will take care of him. And now it's 3-all on the board. As there's a minute left on the clock, the time's clicking. And now all that is left is just stationary holds for the defenders. That's all they need to be able to win the round. 3v2 as Czech lands another one through the window. You have to be expecting of this aggression, especially on the roadmap. They know what's going on, and they know what there's needed to be done, essentially. Hard time getting that out, but the F-Dot will locate exactly where it is, and they'll have a hard time getting through it. They have the coverage. Wallbang almost lands, but guess what? You're the bigger fool, as Bilo will land the more damage. Check getting a quick refrag. IT getting the faster refrag as he'll take care of one. The F-Not still having its effect, but the pre-fire will allow GOTEI to get their next round. They had it in the bag. They managed to slow down the attack, but they couldn't slow down the inevitable doom of the Ram and the R4C, sending them to the 2-1 advantage. First time GOTEI has had 2 rounds back to back. They'll take us right back up to bar. It's been 3 rounds since they've won it, allowing them to play it yet again. And hopefully, it'll be better than those last 2 rounds. They've had a very horrible time dealing with GOTEI. They've managed to get the first picks, but they've had time struggling to adapt to their pushes. Essentially, they have the opportunity to take more wins on Cafe. The question is, are they up for that challenge? They have a map on the board. Can they take it home here? Or for the second time in the second night in a row, we're going to go to Chalet as our 3rd map. Apparently Superstition getting rid of the glass. IQ is IQ. You have to expect the C4 getting tossed, but Mute not hearing that. And just doing the same exact thing. Damage is going to be done to Alert. Doesn't get as lucky as he does the first time on the windows. Taking more damage. Getting rid of the first F-Not though. That is a victory in his hands. But maybe his health doesn't reflect the same. So many C4s on the board, and one has already been used to no avail. But Alert taking that damage is something very essential, and Cigar is going to be the main push here. But you do see the man just trying to crawl up white. Not much to be done here. Man ratting out on Bolo is going to have a hard time dealing with it. Pressure being dealt from Nubok will push him off, but nothing definitive. Nook has now stepped into the waters with the Mute, and they're both completely unaware where each other are, but the pressure will continue on the Cigar. Mute waiting for something here. Apparently now they know exactly where each other are. And Bolo, or Bilo in this situation, Bolo from Timu will get the quick reaction to show me he's not from Timu, shutting down Alert. And now the ace has been located crossing into Ticket. Cigar, Warden will get one, refragged instantly. But guess what? He'd have won that interaction as they've taken care of the only hard breacher on the board. No can opener is now on the board. Threaded the needle. Wow, through 3 walls will take care of Model. You've lost your Fenrir all even, but 40 seconds left to execute, and your case carrier only has 20 HP, and now you've lost so much of that HP. Bandit has the opportunity to do something great here. Question is, where are the operators? Poem is just sneaking, but completely unaware there's a man right behind him. Check your corners. Is your headset behind you or in the other room? Apparently so, as he's lost that gunfight off of mere... Wow, that is insane. Loses the gunfight off of pure skill, honestly. Positioning is just too elite to deal with, and you not checking your corners makes that 10 times worse. Wow. Interesting round. We'll take care to 2-2. They tied it up. Very expected from them. They know what they're doing. They'll take this site on one last time. They have one round left before they have the defensive switch. Let's see how they'll play it out. Upstairs just needs to be held better for them to come out victorious, and now it's all about who gets the first pick, because we saw what happens when you let the attackers do that. Not much to speak of. All quiet on the western front. Getting rid of that utility, very essential. Vulcan canisters getting burned out. The drones flying in through. You need to get rid of that first man. 5-man clear of upstairs, and the pressure is going to come in externally in a couple of seconds. IQ assuming control of ticket, looking for the C4, but none. Damage being dealt to the Valkyrie now, but it is all their fault as they're losing so much utility. Mink and Model taking the first damage, but Mink will have something else to say about that as he lands the first headshot, taking care of Satori. No more gridlock again. We've been seeing gridlock get picked off a lot, but Poem's better positioning will lead to the fate of Bilo. Now 4v4, soon to be a 4v3 as a shotgun leads to his head. Very short-longed and short-lasting victory as he'll take a death very easily. Check rotating back upstairs. They need that pressure to go upstairs, but a 1v4, they found their groove. That's exactly what you need. Pressure from Brown will take care of the man below, but pressure from above will give Castle the double kill to call that round the heats. And now they have one last round to double their differential as we head in to their last defensive round. What a comeback from absolutely getting mollywopped on that site to just running through the other team, and that's exactly what you would expect from them. Basement wasn't the best of sights for the Heat. They got absolutely ran through, down on differentials, but it looks like they brought more to the operators needed. Still no castle. Fenrir, the man to watch. The aggression from Mink is just so unmatched, honestly. I just see this guy flying through people. not much on their roams. You'll have the Fenrir. I've never seen the Fenrir roam heavier than the Vigil, but they will be paired up on the 3rd floor. Second will be Legion's home, and 2 on site. Model is somebody I haven't seen much of. He's 0-3 currently, but again, 6 rounds in, not the opportunity to do something. 3 rounds until match point for 1-4 for the other. You have plenty of time to make things work for you, but Poem might not have anything going for him. You gotta drone the corners out as he'll fall to Zoli. That's a first pick. Mink Jackal track, but doesn't matter as he's gotten a first pick, and now you have the comforting support of your Vigil as your guardian angel. If not, will hit alert as he tries to get in the building from Bakery, but to no avail. IQ gaining control of Christmas, looking to take control of the long haul and whiskey very soon, but again, you still have to clear the roamers. Who else but Zoli to get 1, 2, and 3? That's a 2v5, and now it's over. There's no way they can recover as he's looking to get active. He'll get 4, and Zoli. Oh, where do I start? As he'll get the 4th, and the question is his teammate's going to allow him to get the ace? And apparently so, as Mute is on standby. Quick pre-fire almost leads to his death. Model has a stim waiting for him, but he might not need it as he goes straight for the aggression. He wants that ace, and the pre-fire still won't connect. He's 1 HP, and they've started to push their fates, but a trade, 1 bullet, 1 headshot, and that is the pin, the thread to the needle, and the Mute shuts the IQ down. That is 2-4. They've got the grip. They've won 3 in a row now as they switch on to attack, and they found their groove, and that is the heat you expect to get brought to the flame. GOTEI, they stand to their first map, or their first round on defense will be upstairs onto Cigar. Everybody loves this site once they know how to hold it, and now it looks like they have a more cohesive push. They'll have 1 shield, they'll have the jammers, but again, not much you can do with this site without saying it looks the exact same. Deimos being very different. We haven't seen him a single time in both maps. Very curious to see how he'll be integrated. And now Zoli floating on the SMG-12 will be on Zokabi with no surprise. Ticket play by the Mute will allow that control to get things done. That shotgun very, very lethal at close range, but not having a castle is playing with the devil, as you will have no protection from the windows. No pressure as he will rotate off to Bolo, and the Frost will be the one assigned to holding down Cigar. C4 to absolutely no connection, and who else but Zoli to sprint in full speed and get very aggressive as he'll run across. The comm has to go out. You have to watch your crosses, Zol. He'll get the first, Tori will get the second, and now the attack has completely fallen apart for the Heat, and it's looking better for GOTEI. It's exactly what you would expect on their own map. 4v2 as IT will manage to try to stop the bleeding, but Poe will get the next to take care of Mink. Quick shot, quick reaction alert will get his kill as well. Everybody is getting their hands in the cookie jar as they're starting to take 1, 2, and 3. And now a 4v1 leaves IT in a horrible situation, dealing with the defenders circling like sharks. Doc seemingly forgetting his headset at home. Check taking damage and falling. Double kill here for IT, and he will have to ace with a minute on the board to be able to call this round his. Diffuser loose near the booths of Cigar, and now you have shotguns, immobile positions, and everybody just waiting to capitalize your death. Downing one, Doc is no longer with you, meaning you have to go res, but not a single body is closer to you. The aggression from you is perfectly timed to give them that round, and they've now closed it to 1. Interesting round. I don't even know how they got dissected so fast, but losing the first body eventually just allows that death. But honestly, you go from one round from one man tearing you up from within, but the second that man falls, you struggle to even get in the building and find your picks. That leads us to upstairs in the fireplace, an interesting sight and hopefully an interesting hold. Something you could say for GOTEI, they're a very cohesive team. They know how to play together. And something for the Heat is they are a team that knows how to win their individual gunfights and exactly what to do here. And that's exactly what you expect from a team that has so many well-regarded players. Already, Zoli has just walked into the site. Where are the defenders? What are you looking at? Have you forgot your headset at home? I actually have to keep asking this question because there's no way in hell it's possible to lose site control in 45 seconds. Defuse is going down. Model will go down shortly after. But again, covered by your fellows, nothing to do but just wait. No verticality on the diffuser, and Satori will be the next to fall from the overwatch of the Ash. And Zoli has one task, and that is fry from within. Warden getting aggressive, shot in the back, because guess what? It's Zoli on the SMG-12. It's not somebody you want to contest, and check now left in a 1vx with both all circling. A TK goes through, meaning that kill does not count towards check, but does count towards the defenders overall. 10 seconds to get to that case and get it defused, but it seems as if this is the time I can use the word impossible, as Czech needs to find 2 bodies in the case with absolutely no time on the fuse, as IT will confirm that, giving the round to GOTEI. They are 1 inch shy away from match point, and what the hell is going on? You've essentially let one player rip up your map pick by just doing what he does best, walking in with the SMG-12 and ripping it up from within. Take us on to the same exact site, and that's exactly what you need at this point. You need to start pushing your numbers. You need to start pushing those rounds, because losing site control in 40 seconds or under 40 seconds is unheard of. Again, Zoli finding solace and playing the SMG-12, an absolutely beautiful gun for him. The guy makes it look like it has wall hacks attached to it, but as of now, they're gonna assign more people to the wall, but they're not going to assign more people to reinforcing the main breach. That is concerning, especially when you're down rounds and a map. Seemingly making use of those 152 bullets in that magazine. Below will be the man to be playing Overwatch yet again. Castle finally being brought and properly being used this time. And the verticality, not as heavy, but guess what? You need it to not be as heavy if you lost that control. That is pure map control and pure beauty, as Mink will get one completely unaware there's a man running in from behind, but that's a quick refrag as the castle just peeks down the stairs and gets that easy kill. The cameras will be theirs. That play upstairs is going to be the next point of entry for the attackers. If they can take control of this round is going to be nothing but a short-lived dream. They have the man advantage, GOTEI, but right now they have to deal with the full pressure of the attackers. Quick play here by the Frost to read the play, but winning the gunfight in the end as quick moves means absolutely nothing. Ram getting caught off guard as well. Zoli there for the refrag. It's a 3v2. And the question is, can you get the res off with the Warden circling like a shark, waiting to get something done? The C4 gets tossed as well. Completely mishapped and mistimed. Zoli survives just due to the mistime, and what a pre-fire. The C4 could have taken care of both of these attackers, but it doesn't. As Models back up, he's 0-5. Nothing more than a standing gun. I don't even know why and how, but the cross, Zoli, you have to fall. No way. You're gonna let him do it twice. He's on a triple. He's found 1-2. You're just allowing him to steal all the cookies out of the cookie jar. An alert in a 1vx yet again. How have they lost the control to allow this to happen 2 times? And now alert left in a horrible situation. All that's needed to be done is find the plant. Zoli finding his 4th kill, and get this man checked for hacks, and absolutely, you know what, paint him a mural in downtown Toronto, because what an absolute display of carnage coming in from this man. The SMG-12 being his scythe, and 3-6 will lead them to match point. They're absolutely running through them, and I don't even like to say they. He is running through them. It's one man assigned to running it. It was Mink's game last time, but this time it's Zoli's turn, and he's making well use of that. Rotation will allow upstairs yet again. And hopefully it'll look better than the last times, because they are struggling and they are struggling hard. And it looks like this might end right here. Vigil seeming festive, but again, is it gonna be festive enough when you're down? We'll see. Who else but Zoli to get the first kill? He unintentionally gets one down. Zoli has to know there's somebody waiting for him. Almost meeting his maker, but blows up his own teammate. He blows up his own teammate instead. Oh my god. Zoli 15-7. And Warden, what the hell? Alert is only alert when it comes to blowing up his own team. And that's dreadful, man, as you'll fall to the striker, who will be eventually finished off. Shot at the back, Model for 2, Zoli for the 4th, and it looks like this map is over. What a way to get eliminated from the playoffs. The hells have to be head in your asses, because that's Zoli for the flawless round. 17-7 next to his name. The game's wrapped up. Nothing but a short-lived dream for them. And what the hell just happened? I cannot believe that is the way the game ends. Somebody clip that, send it to Zoli, and that is the end of our playoff game. Yesterday we got to 2 hours and 25 minutes. Today, 1 hour and 10. Not the best, sadly, but guess what? We are done for this playoff game, and I am done for this week. That is round 1 casted by me. 2 matches, 2 series. I hope you guys have a great night. We're probably gonna hear something racist in the back in a couple of seconds, but other than that, not much from me, except for thank you for letting me be your caster, host, and on-desk observer. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.